Okay. Good morning, all. Welcome to Q&A Sunday. Hope everyone is doing fine. And all I've got to say is for the Aussies, happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Yep. We've got This is what it is. Q&A. First of all, I hope my cat doesn't start meowing because she wants to go out, even though she's injured at the minute with what she's been up to. This stream can hold up to 6 people, but we've got me, we've got Melissa, that's 2. We've got Karen, who likes going sideways. And we've got
hang on, I'll come back.
There you go.
There we are.
And we've got Dorota, who keeps coming in and out like this. So yeah. So there you go. Hello, Dorota.
Hi, Dorota.
Oh. And we've just received a message off our Mindset Warriors.
Internet's unstable. So
What's unstable?
Okay.
My
internet is unstable, so I keep moving closer to the router.
Okay. Is your router outside? Okay.
No, but Steve Knapp, he's trying to get on, but his laptop's just froze.
Okay.
Probably because no, that's right. Yeah.
So it looks like I'm the only bloke here. So gotta help
Count
me.
yourself lucky.
I am lucky. I am. I'm joined by 3 wonderful women.
Excellent.
So, yeah. So we are live on the Mental Health Warrior page, YouTube, and now Twitter.
Yay!
Yeah, Twitter's Karen's very own home place is Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah. So all I've got to say is, how are we all?
Very well. Very well.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, thank you. My health sucks, but I'm doing okay.
Excellent.
Dorota, are you okay?
Oh, bless.
Was she frozen?
She's frozen again.
She's frozen. Yeah.
So, Adam, is it not Father's Day in England? You have Father's Day in the UK, though, yeah?
We have Father's Day in the UK, yes, but it's not until June or July.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah, ours has been and gone.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, well. I don't like Father's Day anyway, but it's okay.
Why is that? Oh, all right.
Because obviously it's all about kids and treating like being for the dad, but I've only got 2 out of 3 kids, so yeah. It's like that Christmas as well. So this is why I'm just gonna give it straight. Because we're doing a video at Christmas anyway, because Kerry's planning Christmas now, which no wonder I'm going bald. I'm actually going to be dressing up.
Ooh. Very nice.
As a Grinch?
No. Well, Steve Knapp's going to be dressed up as well. He's going to be dressed up as Santa, apparently. I'm going to be dressed up as Scrooge.
Ah, right. Good fun.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I thought I let it out. Yeah, I thought I let it out. So yeah, for the viewers, tell us who you are and whatever questions you've got for Karen and Melissa, even me. God help. please. Meant to be please. Throws them. Okay, Rob Gray. I want to be the ground or the hound.
What, on Christmas Day?
I think so.
Dress up as the hound. Who's the hound?
What? Yeah,
Who's the hound? Yeah, Rob, who's the hound? It's meant to be the questions for us, not the other way around.
This is true. It's true.
Yes. Yeah, he's at the Mental Health Warrior page. But Rob, if you've got any questions for us, throw them at us. We've got no limits here.
Except we haven't been able to answer the first question. Well, we've had to ask the first question. Who is the hound?
Who is the hound?
I just hope Karen doesn't start answering in the northern accent. So.
Now, why would I do that? Why would I do that, Adam?
Hello, Dorota.
Hi, I had to move to different device as my internet is unstable.
You know what? That is better.
Oh,
I
well
know.
done.
Yeah,
That's good.
but not
That's
too
better.
good showing you all the mess around.
That's okay. Oh, the Hound is from the Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't been able to watch that. I found it too violent.
don't
and
know.
I'm not a prude. I enjoyed, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. I can watch that, but I could not watch the violence in Game of Thrones. Did you say that you're the
I haven't
same?
watched
Melissa?
it. What was that?
So was it you that said you couldn't watch it either?
No, I haven't
No.
watched it. I haven't watched it either.
Yeah.
No.
So everyone that's tuned in, if you've got any questions, throw them at us because we're not going to be on long. My cat's already asking a question. Can she go out? The answer's no. She's not going out. No, she's hurt her ear. To the point where it bled
What's
a
a
lot.
rear? She hurt her rear, her
Ear.
backside. Oh,
Ear.
sorry, I didn't understand your northern accent.
No, she hurt her ear. Ear.
Right.
Yeah, it bled a lot. Yeah, me and Kerry had to treat her bad. Yeah, where some point of her ear was hanging off.
Oh,
Oh,
lovely.
wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is it
Adam.
okay?
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. I don't know what she's like, but yeah.
Hey, Adam. Being as we haven't got any questions coming in yet, shall we ask each other a question?
Yeah, well, we have got one question now, and
Oh, we
it's off
have?
Rob. But yeah, he put any tips for dealing with persistent nightmares.
Ah.
Karen, I think this is for you.
Well, I think it is. Yes. Hello, Rob. I've been dealing with, I have complex PTSD from several traumas earlier in my life. And I get nightmares, not frequently, but regularly, that are like emotional flashbacks, where I'm not necessarily in the same circumstances of my trauma, but I'm experiencing the same emotions I did. And it's horrible to wake up to having that place in your head. And the only thing I know to do, I don't know how to prevent them, apart from a lot of people recommend sort of going off to sleep with a meditative sounds, or even what do you call it, guided imagery and that sort of thing. But when I wake and I feel quite thrown up in the air and sort of fragmented by it, I live alone, so I can't push my partner awake. But I find I have to get up, and if I stay in bed and try and go back to sleep, it just gets worse, and I'll ruminate and I'll feel very negative. So I always make myself get up. If it's not the middle of winter, I'll actually go out into the garden and have a change, feel the grass beneath my feet, feel the air on my face, just change my circumstances and my sensations to where I am being grounded. I don't know if that helps. Do you have PTSD or something like that, Rob?
Well, before he answers that, please don't kill me with this viewer. It's either Chantel or Chantal. She actually put, meditate before bed, cut down on alcohol. These worked for me.
Right, excellent.
So what type of meditation do you actually do? And
what do you do if you can't meditate?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I found with dreams and nightmares or unsettling dreams that sometimes there is a reason behind them, and it will sound very witchcraft part, but I started to note down what I because it's about noting down what you are dreaming and looking if there is any pattern, any kind of message that your body or mind might be sending to you, and then looking and digging deep into it. Because it might be that your mind is trying to tell you something. It's trying to project whatever worries, whatever troubles you have in life, or whatever situation you are in, but in a very symbolic way. And it's very convoluted and very, distressing, because you might be actually in distress without really acknowledging it. So when you find that it might be the cause, then you can deal with it. And also, one therapist told me to project, mostly if it's repeating dream, because I do have those that they repeat, the certain pattern repeats, and I'm always in a very similar scenario. I was told to focus before I go to sleep on that particular scenario, and trying to say what I will do to escape it, what I will do to change the course of action. And focusing on it mindfully before I go to sleep. And it helps. It's not very easy to do, and I still fail at times, but it's about giving it a bit of control, and finding the reasons.
Yeah.
Well,
go on, Melissa.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, I've had similar things, Dorita, around that as well. And it's also sometimes I've had experiences where I've been chased in my dream. And I know from other people and from reading other books and things, people have said if you stop in your dream and turn around and stop and then ask, if you can, what it is, what are you chasing me for? What's that about? Sometimes it's a way of you then understanding what it is in your waking life that you're running away from, so that you can then deal with that process.
Absolutely. Rob has responded to you, Karen, quite a few times. He does listen to Studio Ghibli music.
Okay.
Whatever that is. GHIBLI, which helps. I don't know. He lives alone also, and yes, he cannot sleep again until he feels okay with himself.
Yeah.
He has PTSD, but he tends to do little quotes to settle himself.
Well, that's a good idea. Yes. Looking at memes, anything that helps ground you and remind you that you're now safe, that the dream that you were in that reminds you or is a recurring part of what happened to you, that you're safe now,
Yeah. Chantal's put, she does guided meditations with her kids before bedtime every night. They are silly, like unicorn and dinosaur meditation, but creating a habit or routine has helped her too.
Yeah. And as Dorota said, cutting out caffeine or alcohol or any stimulating substance, earlier in the evening.
Yeah.
Even smoking, I used to be a smoker, and nicotine is very stimulating. It can feel like it's relaxing you, but actually it's a stimulant.
And Donna, I don't know if you know Donna Eden. She does this really beautiful thing called the Triple Warmer Smoothie, and it helps to release. The triple warmer is about stress, so it helps to decrease your stress. And all that is, it's just a really simple putting your hands across and then tracing up around your eyes, coming back down your shoulders, and then putting your hands on your heart. So that is like tracing one of the triple warmer meridians, just to calm your system down a little bit. If you can't sleep, it's actually a really nice thing to do.
What was her name again?
Donna Eden.
Donna Eden. So she's online, is she?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. She calls it the Triple Warmer Smoothie, if you want to Google it. Yeah. And it's really beautiful.
Karen. Go on, Karen, if you've got questions. If you've got questions for any of us, asking each other.
Oh, I see. Right. Well, I was going to say, just as icebreaker, is that a word? What are each of us dealing with as far as our mental health condition goes, and what are we on the journey?
Melissa?
I had an incoming call. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, for instance, mine is complex PTSD from childhood abuse, religious abuse, not sexual, but it's quite a different form, and also from a 10-year abusive marriage. That's my issue. So
for me, I guess
what are you?
Well, for me, for me, it's more about where my mind is and how my thoughts then can change my mood and how I'm feeling at the present moment. So if I'm feeling, you know, in not a good place, it's about how I can bring myself and my thoughts to a better place so that I feel good. So my trauma, I don't really have some, well, everybody has trauma, but there's nothing so much that specifically defines me, so to speak.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I kind of see it as a place of being able to help my mindset, really, and be in a place that
that makes sense.
serves me.
Obviously, while you were talking, I could hear Karen, but she possibly couldn't hear you. So
okay.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there. So I'll re-add her. Hello, Karen.
Hello. I don't know what happened there.
We could hear you though.
Yeah, I could
You can hear me. Good job I didn't swear.
You did.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, Melissa, I didn't catch any of what you said.
No, that's quite all right. That's quite all right.
We're all such technical geniuses.
Yeah.
Go on, Dorota. What are you living with?
Well, I live in depression since I was in my youth. Went through 3 postnatal depression, and last one was quite massive. Had a PTSD after experiencing medical negligence that almost killed me, and also PTSD associated with domestic violence that I escaped many years ago. But as we know, that trauma sometimes never goes away.
Yeah.
Right. Before I actually answer mine, this is for both you, Karen, and Dorota. Chantal's put, what are ways you can process trauma? Because she uses art, but for her husband, she's trying to help him find a way that works for him.
Well, Dorota is brilliant at having art as a therapeutic recovery.
Yes.
Good God, I can't thread a sentence together this morning. Blah, blah, blah. I don't find art helps for me, but I find writing helps. I use poetry, but if you don't use poetry, then journaling can help, or
Meditating.
well, yeah, and there's meditation, there's all sorts. But yes, you have to find what works for you. Sometimes people are better at a physical activity, like a good brisk walk, or working out at the gym, or something like that. It's very individual.
Yeah.
It is indeed, yeah. You know, that sometimes depending what the trauma is, professional help is a necessity. And, you know, proper psychotherapy or talking therapy that you can really dig things out and process and name and then acknowledge, because very often the first step is to acknowledge it, to face it, which is not very easy. You know, there are many ways, like you said, Karen, that are very unique to us. I use art and poetry and written word as well, and I do journaling to take those demons out and just, you know, clear my mind a bit. But sometimes, I'm finding that punching my pillow helps too,
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and I promised myself that I will get myself a boxing kit and have it in the garage, because sometimes, we need to beat the hell out of this trauma and just, process, because anger is natural, emotion that we need to get rid of. So maybe considering that Chantal's husband is a male who may attach better to physical actions, maybe just giving him a boxing glove and a boxing bag, to beat it out a bit might help.
See, obviously, with me, I've got, and I hate these labels, severe anxiety. I don't know where the severe comes into place. Severe trauma and mild depression. That's what I've been diagnosed with. Obviously, the depression and anxiety was 2008, but severe trauma was a couple of months ago. And yeah, Kerry, I will get to your comment in a minute because that's powerful. What I do is when I'm peed off is I get the pillow, I put it off my face, and I just scream into it, and it actually helps.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Can
And
I
Chantal
ask,
put that her husband actually wants to start kickboxing. You see, I read your husband's mind. He needs some physical activity to get rid of emotions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has your husband accessed trauma recovery therapy of any kind? Because the point that Dorota made was very good.
Yeah, while we wait for the response, Kerry, she's dealing with anxiety and depression, and she's finding that using the essential oils, because I've actually got one burning now. I've got lemongrass going at the minute. Listening to music and cross-stitching helps her personally. Well, yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah, because what may work for one may not work for the others.
No. And movement is a really good way of moving through your emotions as well, isn't it? Like dancing and just getting up and moving around. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good way to move through those emotions, get them through your body rather than getting them stuck in your system.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's a very good point, because of course trauma flashbacks and memories cause cortisol and adrenaline to just steam through our system all over again. And
Yes.
People often think that they're having a heart attack when actually it's a panic attack. And
Yes.
The adrenaline and cortisol will eventually leave our bodies, but it does take about 20 minutes at most. Sorry, at least. And movement and changing your circumstance. So if you're sitting on the settee watching telly alone, or if you're lying in bed or whatever, it's best to do something to change your immediate scenery. Go for a walk, get out, go to the garden, jump up and down.
Yeah.
It's anything that helps release that cortisol.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Chantel's comment because it's pretty good. And I know exactly how this feels. She put, he's a bit anti-talking about it culturally. His family are the kind of sweep under the rug kind of people. So we are working on it now. Obviously, I'm right up that street because I had a family that didn't understand mental health whatsoever. Same with autism. Didn't understand it. They were saying, they do understand it. No, they didn't. And yeah, they're no longer in our lives. They're not. So
if I can pop in here, it's about talking, and we all have some aspects of our trauma that I still have some that nobody knows about because I just can't spill it out. So perhaps Chantal's husband could have a diary that he could put it there without any risk that anybody reads it. It will be only for him. Nobody will, get into it. It's a very private thing. And just pour all even if he wants to swear on whole page, he can then do that. And then close it, put it in the drawer and, acknowledge the following day again and write something. So giving yourself a permission of certain time, 10 to 20 minutes a day, to just pour out whatever comes to your mind, whatever emotions you are dealing with, and then close the notebook and just say, that's it. I gave it a voice. Now I need to lead my life. And the next day, come back to it and deal with it in a private way. Because talking to someone may be still very triggering and very, very challenging. But then when you talk to the paper will take anything. You can say whatever you want, and nobody needs to read it. It could be even, locked up somewhere if there is a risk that somebody would read it.
Yeah. See,
Or
what
you
I
could
used
even
to,
write it out and then burn it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Act of burning.
that's what I'm about to
That
say.
act of burning it is kind of a purging.
Yeah.
It is. And beautiful to do that on a full moon as well.
Yes.
Bring in the new energy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Does that help, Chantel? But either way, if he wants to talk, we're here. She does morning pages from the Artist Way book. She thinks she might get him to do it with her. As soon as he wakes up too, we can support each other in it. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I know about
Art is
artists.
art is a.
So yeah.
Sorry, there's a delay.
Not mine. I'm innocent this time.
Go on, Karen.
Oh, I was going to say, if possible, if he can choose, that's a bit. Sometimes it isn't a choice. It can be really deeply rooted in our cultural. But if he can in any way bring himself to find an online mentor or a few sessions with a therapist, anything, or even a friend, not necessarily a family member, but somebody that's emotionally detached from what he's experiencing or has experienced. If he can bring himself to talk, it is such a powerful thing, because there's an expression that's used a lot in rehab, but it's true for all situations, that secrets kill us. And by that, what I mean is, if something is inside worming its way in us all the time, it can sort of eat us from the inside. And to express it verbally and to have things validated to us, like, that's not true of you, or that wasn't your fault, or you can let that go, it's not who you are, things like that are so healing and very powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. But Chantel, if you want to talk to someone privately, you can message. I would recommend message Dorota, and she'll be able to help further. Obviously, do it after this. Yeah. Go on, Karen. Have you got any more questions for us, or any of you two, Dorota, Melissa? Since we're asking each other.
So either any of you, what is your favorite thing to relax and just to unwind and get yourself into a really good space? If you're feeling a little bit funky, or if you're feeling a little bit depressed maybe, or if you're not feeling 100%, what do you do to help bring yourself back to centered?
My answer would be very obvious for everyone. Even this morning, I engage in some art. But when I can't engage in art, then going into nature, far from the noises, far from people, with my dog, and then just be on my own.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
I mean, I'm rather housebound because of my health issues, but yes, nature is beautiful. Mine is a little less airy-fairy, a little less rooted in proper therapeutic issues, and that is, at the end of an evening, I just love to go into my Facebook on the videos thing, and I'll watch everything from Britain's Got Talent to America's X Factor to soldiers returning from battle and finding their dogs are greeting them, to cats doing silly things, anything that makes me giggle or moves me, you know, I find that's a real, and I go to bed having laughed my arse off. I find that very useful.
That's nice. Very therapeutic.
Mm.
And what about you, Adam?
Lisa?
What about me? Definitely nature. But if I'm really upset, believe this or not, listening to depressing music, that actually helps me. And obviously having a scented stick got burning and just listening to it, because I could listen to, I don't know, any sort of soft rock music for hours when I'm not in the right place, and it helps.
Wow. So what's depressing music, Adam? Gee.
You could talk things like, I don't know if you've heard of them, Evanescence or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could listen to her all day.
Okay.
I bet she'd
nice.
love to know that she's in the depressing music genre.
Well,
Well,
music
music
do resonate with our emotions, doesn't it? So perhaps that is why you are tuning in to the music that you think tunes in. I listen to different music, but when I'm angry, for example, like really pissed off, I would put something that I normally don't listen, but then it helps me, like Black Sabbath, which is heavy metal thing, you know, because it helps me to just tune in and get it out.
Yes. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Interesting, though, I don't find music helps me at all. And always thought it was rather odd of me. But someone once said to me, how come you don't have the radio on around the house? And how come, I mean, I have BBC Four on, you know, talk radio. And I realized one day that I don't like my mood manipulated. Isn't that interesting? And I'm sure it goes back into trauma of some kind. It's weird, but I can listen to music on the road, traveling, love it, but not around the house.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was sorry.
Well, just before we actually came on, I actually had Heart Radio going. So yeah, I love it. I'm one of these that cannot clean up without music. I'm one of them. Kerry doesn't like it, but oh well.
Yeah.
I always find if I put on the music.
What?
Sorry, I said what's the way that you do it, Melissa?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I much like Dorata, I will go out into nature. I'll quite often go down the beach. I live 5 minutes from the beach, so I go down to the beach and walk in the sand and get the wind in my hair and clears my head. And so that's
not fair.
So it's lovely. Yeah. Or,
we're all going to come live with you, Melissa.
Well, you can. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, we are coming for a sleepover, definitely.
Okay, sure. So I do that, and I also put on music that takes me back to a place where I used to feel where I have really good, fond, happy memories, and that always makes me feel really good too. It lightens my mood up a lot because it takes me to another place where I loved and where I felt really, really good. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good point, Chantal. She actually said that too many BPM actually gives her anxiety. She can't handle progressive house or heavy metal. It makes her panic. So it's a trigger to her.
Wow.
Well, music can be a trigger. Don't you find yourself, I found myself several times bursting into tears because I heard a song that brought some memories, So music, for that reason, is very triggering to our brain for whatever reason, good or bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dorota, do you have any questions for us?
Strong, heavy, fast beat can, I think, induce a kind of panic in some people.
Yeah. Dorota, have you got any questions for us?
Well, what do you do, guys? How you deal with pain, physical pain, if you experience any? Because I am excruciated by the pain I experience. I have awful headaches. I even had a rant on social media this morning because I don't know how much longer I can take it. And nothing seems to be working.
Oh, damn, that's hard. Ah,
I don't know. I sometimes with headaches, I sometimes will, I know for me it's either because I'm dehydrated, so I'll drink a lot more water and that sometimes helps. Or I'll start to do there's some really nice techniques, you know, just putting one hand on the forehead and one hand on the back of your head is really nice. Sometimes that just helps to relieve some of that pressure. And I know also for migraines and things like that too, if you put your this part of your thumb on the upper bits of your teeth and then lift up and then pull out, sometimes that releases some of the pressure through your jaw, which is really nice. Yeah.
See, when I've got an headache, obviously I get my thumbs and put them like right at the temple and just rub, and it actually soothes it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
give
but
it a
the problem is with that I am woken up at night by excruciating pain, and it's like I can't be dehydrated at night, can I? Mostly if I had a drink before sleep, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I was so close to the extent that last night I dared to get up from the bed because I couldn't take responsibility for my actions, because I just feel like beheading myself sometimes.
God, that is tough, Dorota. How many years have you dealt with that?
Well, I always suffered from excruciating headaches and migraines, but last year or so, it's like never going away. And it's just, you know, easing from time to time, but there is always certain level of pain in my head. And it's like it's getting worse, you know.
I presume you've gone down the medical route and seen a specialist, have you, to find out what's the root of these headaches?
Yeah, they try. That's a long story. Yes, I was trying to
it would
access
be.
medical help. On the journey there, they almost, poisoned me with the drugs that were contradicted with other drugs. Then they were trying to give me the medication that was could put me in the serotonin syndrome. And then they directed me to the specialist neurologist after a year of nagging, begging, and crying my eyes out.
Oh,
and guess what? My first appointment is 10th of January 2022.
Wow.
Well, it's the same. It's the same with my issues. I'm seeing a consultant in February 2000.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, until then we could kill ourselves 8 times and resurrect. Yeah.
Dorota, Chantel's pot, have you had your eyes tested?
Yeah, everything fine with my eyes. Yeah.
Gosh, I wish I did have an answer, but I'm afraid I don't.
I love posing questions that have no answer.
So, Dorota, is it mainly your head? Oh, is it mainly headaches that you suffer from? Oh, sorry. Tell me if I'm being too personal. Sorry.
No, it's not too personal. The headaches, there are migraines when I have, vision problem and whatsoever. But this has started to happen about 6 months ago at night. I don't understand. How can you be woken up by the headache at night? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you've gone down the diet route as well?
Yeah. And I can't find any trigger whatsoever.
Okay.
That sucks.
Oh, yeah,
It does. It does.
But, why I'm bringing it up, that, sometimes we have no idea what is happening in people's life and we label them. Because, yes, I am having a temper issue. I am snappy, because when you're in constant pain, it's very difficult to deal with your daily tasks without being impatient and, wanting things to go away. And I'm tired of being labeled as tantrumi, snappy, as whatever, because nobody can imagine what I'm living with, what is happening in my head, and how excruciating it is. So that is why I had a rant on social media today, that we have no idea what is happening to people and why they are as they are.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dorota, how many pillows do you sleep on at night?
To the extent that I even invested in special orthopedic pillow that provides you this level of your spine that is more natural. So I don't use any pillows, normal pillows. I have only very flat with some shaped orthopedic pillow. And it helped at the beginning. I was sleeping much better, but now it's not a remedy either.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, she put, are you sleeping in a good position as well?
Yeah, I don't know what positions I take during the night,
No,
because
neither do
I toss a lot because of those troubles.
Don't get
But
started with
yeah,
Kerry then.
But chronic pain is a real mental health issue as well, isn't it?
It is.
Because
Totally.
it brings you really low. I mean, I've had pain issues in the past because I had to have a hip replaced. I lost the other one. Sorry, no. I had to have a hip replaced, which was a brutal operation. And prior to that, I had 2 years of pain that I didn't know because it was referred pain. So I never thought that it was my hip. And yes, it was impossible to sleep. It felt like somebody was hitting my bones in my right leg with a metal pipe, and that, knowing that you're not going to rest, knowing that you're going to be dealing with that, it takes its toll, doesn't it?
it does. It does, because I started to dread each night. It's like, how many
Yeah.
times this time I will wake up? How much pain I will experience tonight? So it's a vicious cycle of anxiety and exhaustion, really.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we'll do, because I only wanted to keep this at 45 minutes, so we're actually almost at that already. That's how fast we've gone. All I've got to say is thanks for coming on.
You're
We're
welcome.
going to be here every
Pleasure.
week, guys. Every week. Probably not the same warriors, but hey, so whoever, obviously I'll put the link out there, and whoever jumps on. So it's first come, first served. Because obviously it's Suicide Prevention Month, isn't it?
It is.
It is,
Yeah.
and I'm actually just looking at my diary now of who we got on tomorrow. 11 a.m. Kerry Burr and me talking about hypnotherapy. So maybe you should try that, Dorota. Bit of hypnotherapy.
Yeah, but I have trust issue, and I would really need a lot of recommendations of the hypnotist before I would subject myself to it.
Talk to Kerry Burr then. Obviously, she's another warrior, human GPS. She knows about hypnotherapy a lot, and we're going to be talking about that. 6 p.m. Kerry upstairs talking to Dr. Margaret. I can't pronounce her last name. And 8 p.m. I've got Jim McLaughlin. So yeah.
Fantastic.
That's all I've got to say. So, yeah, all I've got to say is thanks for coming on. And
Thank you.
you're most welcome. So, you enjoy your evening, Melissa. We're going to enjoy our
Thank
day.
you. All right. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy.
You too all.
And you guys too.
Yeah, all right. Bye for now.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Bye.